And we use tools to scour the web and find what's hot and what's cool and what's fun. And that's part of our service. It is our service primarily, is for us to say, we read 10 articles and the 11th one was awesome. Here it is, right?
Yeah.
And so
you don't have to. We read them, so you don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah, and I tell my writers that all the time. I say, when we're hunting, we are doing the work. We are doing the work, and it can be harder than creation. Curation can be harder than creation because you have to sift through the bad to get to the good. But that's what they're quote unquote paying for, right? And they are paying. They're paying with their attention, even though it's a free newsletter. They're paying with their attention, which is more valuable than any dollar could beat, because we can monetize that attention eventually if we build trust and likability, as you talked about earlier. Lovability.
Yes, I'll give that book as many props as I can. I think it was very well thought through.
Yeah. So it's the workflow is and there are parts of the click that are news. Maybe 20% of the click is news. So it's like, hey, Pinterest is doing X or Amazon is doing Y. Like this story here is more news. So it can't be written. It can't be written in advance.
Right.
But this can, right? This is more evergreen. And so we have a lot of things built up. We have a trivia section every day. People tell us they love this, or some people say, I skip over it. But there are people that open the click every day
for the trivia.
Just to play the trivia, right?
I love it.
Yeah. And if you think about, I don't want to get off track of what you asked, but again, the variety is what we're after in our letter. It doesn't have to be that way. And there's a lot of letters that have a very, there's only one format. Maybe it's just 10 curated links. There's value to that. Ours is about value. So we want you to be able to flip through the way that old school, like flip through the newspaper, and towards the end, you get to the fun parts, the comic, the puzzle, right? Stuff in the back. Whereas the things that up front are it gets a little bit more fun as we move down the page. And the last section in your this is, it doesn't have to be about digital marketing at all, even though our letter's about digital marketing. A lot of times it is attached to it, but it's usually just something that makes you go, what? Right? And we want you to exit our letter with a smile,